Let me explain how to analyze the long transmission lines. In case of short and medium lines, the line constants are assumed as lumped. If we consider the same assumptions in long transmission line, serious errors are introduced in the performance of the line because the length of the line is greater than 150 km for a long transmission line. So, in a long transmission line, the constants are considered as uniformly distributed throughout the length of the line. Here, the equivalent circuit of the three-phase long transmission line is shown, considering one phase and a neutral. So, the line is divided into n sections and each section contains 1 by nth of the whole line. R is a resistance, XL reactance, B leakage susceptance, G leakage conductance. Now, so as a whole, this we call it as admittance. So admittance can be calculated from the formula root of G square plus B square. Now, this B is due to the presence of capacitance between the line and the neutral, and G is due to the losses in insulators or due to corona effect between the conductors. And as I said earlier, the admittance can be calculated from this formula. Now, the leakage current through this shunt admittance will be maximum when it is near the sending end, and it reduces when it approaches the receiving end, and it reaches zero when it is near the receiving end. So for this type of long transmission line, we have to use rigorous method for determining the performance of the line. Now let us analyze the long transmission line by using rigorous method. So here a long transmission line is considered, and in this line a small element is considered with a length dx which is present at a distance x from the receiving end. Okay. Now if you consider zdx is the series impedance and ydx is a shunt admittance for this small element, then I plus di is a current entering into the element and V plus dV is the voltage across the element near the sending end, and V is the voltage across the element near the receiving end, and I is the current leaving the element. Now if you see from this diagram, so this I plus di is the total current entering into the element, so di will be the current flowing through this admittance, and V plus dV is the total voltage across this element, and this dV will be the voltage across the series impedance. So di can be calculated, because di is flowing here, di can be calculated by from the product of V and ydx, and dV can be calculated from the product of I and zdx. So this I have shown here. So dV is, as I said earlier, it is I into zdx. So from this it is dV by dx equal to Iz, keeping it as 1. Di is equal to Vy dx. From this di by dx is Vy. This is equation 2. Now differentiating the equation 1, we get this one. That is this equation, if you differentiate, we get this one. So from this I can replace this di by dx as Vy, because from the equation 2. So di by dx I am replacing it with Vy. So I am getting this one. So this is equation 3. So after differentiating this equation, we get this one. That is V equal to K1 cos h x root yz plus K2 sin h x root yz. This is equation 4. Now again, when you differentiate this equation with respect to x, we get this equation. Okay. Now we know that dy by dx is Iz, so we can replace this dy by dx as Iz, and so we get this one. From this we can find out I equation. So I is, I'm bringing z to the right hand side, so we'll get this equation. Okay. Now if you see, we have got an equation for a voltage and equation for current, but both the equations are with constants K1 and K2. Here also K1 and K2. So we need to find out the values for K1 and K2. So these values for K1 and K2 can be found by considering the condition x is equal to 0. So at x is equal to 0, what happens? See, if you see this equivalent circuit, at x is equal to 0, V is equal to VR and I is equal to IR. So at x is equal to 0, V will be VR and I will be IR. Okay, so here the current flowing is IR. Okay, now by substituting these values, we can find out the values for K1 and K2. So, from equation 4, we get VR equal to K1. And from equation 5, that is this one, we get IR equal to, IR equal to root of Y by Z K2. So from that we get the value for K2, that is K2 equal to this one. So we have got the value for K1 as VR and K2 as root Z by Y I2. Now you can replace these values K1 and K2, substitute these values K1 and K2 in equation 4 and equation 5. So we get V equation as this and I equation as this. Okay, now in both the equations we have x. X is what? It is the length of the small element from the receiving end. When I put x is equal to L, L is the total length of the transmission line. So when I put x is equal to L, V will be what? L is total length of the line. So when x is equal to L, V will be Vs and I will be Is. So by substituting x is equal to L, we get Vs and Is expression. Okay, if you see this. So from this equation, these two equations, you can find out Vs value and Is value. So now, from this you have to find out this cos H L root YZ. Okay, and similarly for sin H. So before that, we need to find out this L into YZ and this value and this value. Okay, so I'm considering this L into root YZ. You can bring this L inside the root. So we get L into Y into L into Z. Actually, L is the total length of the line. So L into Y is what? It is a total admittance of the transmission line. L into Z is what? Total impedance of the transmission line. So capital Y. So root of L into Y is capital Y. L into Z is capital Z. Similarly, this root Y by Z, I can write it as root of Y into L to Z into L. So I get root of capital Y by capital Z. Okay. Now I'm replacing these values, that is VR cos H. This I can replace with this and this I can replace with this. So that I have done here, and I have written the equation for Vs and Is. Okay. Now for cos H root YZ, we can write it as 1 plus ZY by 2 plus Z square Y square by 24 plus it goes on. Similarly for sin H root YZ, you can write the equation like this. Okay. So now by keeping with all these equations, you can find out your sending end voltage and sending end current. Now based on this analysis, you can solve problems for long transmission line. So if you consider this problem in a three-phase transmission line, 200 km long, has the following constants. So R, reactance, shunt admittance values are given. You have to calculate by rigorous method the sending end voltage and the sending end current when the line is delivering a load of 20 megawatt with a power factor of 0.8 lagging. The receiving end voltage is kept constant at 110 kilovolt. So now if you see here, the values of R, XL and Y are given per kilometer. The length of the line is 200 kilometers. So first you have to calculate for the 200 kilometers. So total R per phase because this is 3-phase. So you have to consider all the values should be per phase values. So multiply with the 200 and you can find out your total R, XL and admittance value, and series impedance value you can calculate from R plus JXL. Now you have VS equation and IS equation. You can find out VS value and IS value, because in your problem you have to calculate the sending end voltage and current. So you can find out from this. So as I said earlier, so you have to find out this cos H Y Z. What is the expression for that? This one, isn't it? So if you see this one, you need the product of ZY, Z square, Y square. If you see this sin H value, you need root YZ and YZ to the power of 3 by 2. So all these values you have to first calculate. Then you can substitute in the cos H root YZ and sin H root YZ, and you can substitute the values in the VS expression and you get this value, and IS expression you get these values. And apart from these two values and these values, if you see the expression, you need VR and IR values also. So VR value you can calculate, that is, it is given. Actually in the problem it is given as the receiving end voltage is kept constant at 110 kV. So VR is 110 kV divided by root 3, because the given value is line voltage. So you have to calculate phase value. And IR value you can calculate from the power formula. So this is how you are getting 131 amps. Now by substituting VR, IR values and all these values, you can find out your VS and IS values.